Machines. This option will enable us to connect our machine, which can be a laptop or a computer, to the orchestrator. You can relate a machine to a company which has to be registered first. Machines. So as you can see, machine comes under the management section. Click on here and you'll be able to see there's no data to show because we have not registered any machines as of now. To add any machine, first thing we have to do is click on this plus icon. Here you'll be displayed two options. One is standard machine and the other is machine template. Let's see what they are. As we have seen, two types of machines can be created in Orchestrator. Standard machine, the other one is machine template. What is standard machine? Here the machine in which you want to define the robots, the machine name remains the same every time. And on the contrary, machine template. Here the machine name in which you want to define the robots, the machine name changes every time. This happens in the case of non-persistent virtual desktop infrastructures, the VDIs. Standard machines. You define the machine name once in the orchestrator and then you connect as many robots as you want to that machine through robot tabs. Here, because it changes every time, we can't define the machine name in the orchestrator. Here, standard machine, it's a combination of machine name, username, and machine key generated by orchestrator. On the right side, it's a combination of username, the machine key generated by the orchestrator. Machine template is applicable only for the Active Directory users, and that can be floating and development robots. You might be confused about what is non-persistent virtual desktop infrastructures. Differences between persistent virtual desktop infrastructure and non-persistent virtual desktop infrastructure. As you can see here, each user gets his or her own desktop environment. On the contrary here, each user gets a shared desktop environment. On the left side, the user's settings are saved and appear each time at login. And on the right side, user settings or data is lost once they log out. The desktop reverts back to its original setup after a user logs out from that section. The uses of persistent virtual desktop infrastructure. Workspaces can benefit from this because they want to save the individual profile so that they can access the data or settings on the later day. But on the right side, call center counters, ticket counters, etc. can benefit from this because they don't want to save the individual profiles. Once we have gone through all this and have the knowledge about what is standard machine and what is machine template, let's go and configure the standard machine once. Now let's try to create a machine in this particular orchestrator. To do that, go to the Machines tab and click on plus icon. If I just move on to the standard machine, it is asking for the name of the machine and the description over here. And if I go to the the machine template, here it's asking for the name of the template. And here we don't define the machine name. For now, let's create or add a machine. The machine name can be obtained from either the robot tray that is available over here. You can go over to the orchestrator settings and here you will find the name. Else, if you are unable to find this particular service that we can see right here, if it is not available here, just type UiPath and double click on UiPath robot. The other way to find the system name is to go to CMD and then type host name, and here it is. These are few ways to get the machine name. Just copy it, or you can directly go over here, click here, go to Orchestrator settings, and you can copy this, go back to this particular pop-up and enter the name. It's called my system. Once that is done, here's how you actually assign the licenses. Just click on provision right now. It is done. We have successfully added our machine to this particular orchestrator. So once we have done that, the next thing we will look into is the robot. But before that, though we have added the machine over here, the next thing that we have to do is we have to connect this particular machine to our system. To do that, go back to the robot tray that we have, and here we have to enter this particular URL that we have. It will be till this, the service name. Go back to this, paste it, and then here we have to enter the machine name. It would be available to you from here. Just copy it and then come back to the tray and enter that. Paste it. So it's there now. You can just click on connect. The offline will turn to connected now, and it's called disconnect. It is not yet licensed, okay, because we have not yet created the robot. Okay, so we are back to here and we can see it's connected now. So next thing we have to do is we have to start connecting the robots.